Live, this is 24-hour News 8.
First tonight at 6 o'clock, a mass shooting on the lakeshore. Bullets fly outside of the crowded Elks Charity Lodge on Ottawa Street. And now police are still on the hunt for answers and suspects. We were all over it on Daybreak, and since then, we have learned that yet another person has died. That brings the death toll now to 3 people. 7 in all were shot. 4 of them are still recovering in the hospital. The party where all this happened was a birthday gathering in honor of a young man who was shot and killed by police during a fight with an officer a few years ago. One of those killed early this morning was Jacoby Brown. He, along with Dupree Barnes and an unidentified pregnant woman, all lost their lives. Tonight, loved ones and family members are begging for information that leads to an arrest. We've got team coverage on this story tonight. Coco McAvoy is talking with witnesses who saw what happened. But we start with 24-hour News 8's Heather Walker live at the scene. She knows more about the victims tonight. Heather.
Leon, we talked to family of one of the victims and friends of the 2 other victims that were killed here. Everyone has the same message today: to stop this senseless violence.
He lost his life at a young age just over this foolishness, just violence.
It's a Sunday family gathering for the worst of reasons, hours after overnight news that one of their loved ones was shot and killed.
But he was a great kid. Always kept a smile on his face. Always very polite, very mannerable, you know. And we're going to miss him. We love him. God bless him and God bless his family.
Jacoby Brown was 20 years old, a Muskegon High School grad and basketball standout.
He has so much to accomplish.
His mom says she can't believe it.
We watch movies together. He called me on the phone. We just hugged with each other that whole day. And later on that night, I got ready to go home and I wake up to this.
The shootings happened here around 2 a.m. at the Elk Lodge on Ottawa Street in Muskegon. A littered and troubled place, neighbors say. This time, witnesses tell us the shots seemed sudden.
Hey, that he had to leave out of this world like that.
This woman tells us the other victim is Dupree Barnes. He's about 20 years old and her close friend. She saw him lying dead on the ground.
All I can remember is him being goofy. Like, he was a sweetheart. I mean, you couldn't help but love him.
Police say the 3rd victim was shot and then run over by a fleeing car. The family members of one of the victims told us she may have been pregnant. The plea tonight is to stop the violence.
Please help me out. Just come forward. Do not be afraid to speak up. Look at how many lives was lost last night for stupid stuff.
And please stop the violence. Please stop the violence.
It has to end.
They want answers, and they want this to stop.
Because right now we need all the prayer we can get. And if anybody know anything.
There's a lot of hurt here today. Now, we are working to learn more about the 2 others that were killed here. I have reached out to police. I'm also talking to family. I'll bring you any updates tonight at 10 and 11. For now, live in Muskegon, Heather Walker, 24-hour News 8.
Never would have thought that, you know what I'm saying, it was Kobe that was the one that got shot.
That was the scene shortly after the shooting happened. We were right there. And 24-hour News 8's Coco McAvoy was able to speak with witnesses who saw this whole thing go down. She has this report.
It was a chaotic scene this morning as dozens of people ran away from a party after violence broke out. I spoke to a woman who was there when the shooting started.
Once I heard the first 3, I stopped counting. Like, I got 2 little babies, and my cue was to get gone.
Precious Hathorn was at Elk's Charity Lodge in Muskegon last night. She says it was a packed party, but as soon as shots fired, everyone scattered.
And it was a big crowd, you know, standing in front of the club, and everybody, like, ran that way.
As groups began to flee the scene, Hathorn says her friend Jacoby Brown was shot and left lying in the street.
The first street right there is where Kobe is laying, in the middle of the street. Cars driving around him to get out.
Hathorn says knowing Brown, who was killed as a result of the violent shooting, makes it even more difficult.
It hurts me for the simple fact that me and his cousin was best friends, knowing like the situation that they went through and everything. It's just crazy.
Crowds gathered this morning, waiting to hear the news, calling family members, and trying to piece together how this could have happened.
It was hard for me to believe. I didn't even want to answer my phone, but...
And now, remnants of what was once a party scene fade into the background as the street takes on a different atmosphere filled with shell casings, police tape, and unanswered questions.
Never would have thought that, you know what I'm saying, it was Kobe that was the one that got shot.
It is unknown what led up to the shooting. Police are still investigating the case. Anyone with more information is asked to contact the Muskegon Police Department. In the newsroom, I'm Coco McAvoy, 24-Hour News 8.
Coco, thank you. Our crews are working to get more information about what happened. And of course, all those people that are involved. We have a lot more to do on this story. Look for a report tonight at 10 on WXSP and tonight after the football game right here on Wood TV 8.